Good evening, and thanks for joining us on TV6 and 6. I'm Ben Kuchnerkavich, joined by First Alert meteorologist Noel Navarro. Noel, for some parts of Upper Michigan, we have winter storm warnings, and that also means First Alert weather day for tomorrow into Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the timing leading up to the weekend, Ben. I mean, gosh, let's just be frank right now. Sometimes you could be thinking, oh, this is first alert weather day fatigue, and I could be feeling it too. We just had one earlier this week, but this one's important too because of the anticipation for whatever you got planned this weekend. So we do have this first alert weather day. We have it issued for Friday morning, 7 a.m., 1 p.m. Saturday, and it's not for all of us in Upper Michigan. It's towards the northwest, towards Ironwood, Mount Zion, towards the copper country where snowmobiling is at its prime. Premium time to do it. You just got to get there safely. And a lot of us could just be, like me. I could get careless and I want to get to my destination. I want to hit those trails, but this is just that a reminder. It could be high impact. You got to travel safe. Northwestern Upper Michigan, especially between Ironwood to Painesdale, snowfall rates at times that could get to an inch plus per hour. That could happen during the typical peak travel times, peak traffic. So that's why we're going to do this. The heavy lake effect snow, high probability along the northwest where you could lose that traction. Don't want to get you stuck out there. Poor visibility, of course, because of heavy snow, just making it hard to see ahead. So as Ben mentioned, our first alert weather day aligns with National Weather Service's winter storm warning, 7 a.m. Friday to 1 p.m. Eastern, Saturday for Gogebic, Ontonaga, Northern Houghton counties, Keweenaw County under a winter weather advisory under the same times. But you know what? Before all this unravels, you could watch out for moderate to heavy snow as soon as later tonight across Luce County, western Mackinac County, so the eastern ends of Upper Michigan. This winter weather advisory takes effect at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's current radar. You're seeing a swath of moderate snow and building up across the eastern portions of Upper Michigan and the central. So that's what's going on right now. That is energy well ahead of the main system that's making its dive down this northwesterly jet stream from the prairie provinces of Canada. And once we get that low pressure system moving across Lake Superior, moving across Lake Michigan, they'll get enhancement from the warm surface waters of the lake. So we got that combination of the lake effect and system snow to pick up in Upper Michigan. Here's a look at College Avenue right now, the gateway to the Keweenaw. So the road's starting to coat up in snow. As we see this at 19 degrees, it's a light southerly wind. Thankfully, it's not so strong of a wind that we have to start worrying about blizzard conditions as well. Still got to deal with poor visibility from the heavy snow, however, and as heavy snow falls, look at the pressure falling, 29.60 inches on the barometer. So future radar and temperatures. We got this swath of moderate snow overall spreading across Upper Michigan over the course of your Thursday night. By the time we get to the early morning commutes of Friday, the stream of moderate, occasionally heavy snow coming from Lake Michigan into the eastern portions of the UP, Newberry included, on the way to Sault Ste. Marie and St. Ignace. But then, once we get past 6 a.m., remember our first alert weather day for the Northwest begins at 7 a.m., that's when the heavy snow starts to roll in from western Lake Superior, along with that system that's passing over at this time, Friday afternoon. Look at your high temperatures, though, 20s to lower 30s, not bad. You got to watch out for a little bit of ice, I must say. It's fluffy snow, but also a little bit of ice. Once we get into Friday, late afternoon, into the evening, the snow is fewer along central and eastern Upper Michigan, but still ongoing along the northwest. So that applies with the first alert weather day. As we move forward on this future radar and temperatures map to Saturday early afternoon, it starts to taper in coverage along the northwest, the moderate to heavy bands of snow. However, for folks up in Big Bay, even the city of Marquette, Ishpeming as well, for day 2 of the Ishpeming ski jumps, ski club, ski jumping tournament, there could be some heavy snow bands on the move as soon as we get to the afternoon for areas of north central Upper Michigan and even Baraga County too, around Herman and south of Skawnee. Snowfall forecast will walk you through it. By tomorrow morning, moderate to heavy snow, 6 inches plus for a few spots along US 2 western Mackinac County, southern Luce County, and then once we get past 7 a.m. into Friday afternoon, it could be 6 inches plus for some areas along western and northwestern Upper Michigan, around the Porkies as well, and even around Rockland, around northern Ontonagon County. We get to Saturday's afternoon time frame. Look at the 12 inches on the projection, plus for areas along the northwest, not out of the realm of possibility to get at least a foot and a half by the time we get to the end of Saturday along areas of northwestern Upper Michigan. And as I was saying,
boosts of heavy snow. Could boost those totals along Baraga and Marquette counties as well, 6 inches plus by the end of Saturday. And this is just the boost of snowfall totals as a whole, going back to November the 1st. Look at Hermit, 156.5 inches of snow, well above that average of 93.5. Even National Weather Service Nagani Township, oh my goodness, just above the seasonal snowfall totals as reported out of Keweenaw County. How many times have I seen this? This is my first time seeing it. Then again, I've only lived here 5 years. But again, I don't want to do this first alert weather day fatigue. Me too. I looked at it, I go, really? Are you kidding me? But we have to do this because of high impacts affecting daily life or travel, especially as we're getting busy this weekend and we want to be on the move. This is just to alert you, not to alarm you. Just safe travels on the way to your destinations along the Northwest especially, and the East. Now you can always download that free TV6 First Alert Weather app on the App Store and Google Play. You get your smartphone right now and just scan that QR code on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Let me take you to the 7-day forecast real quick. So, First Alert Weather Day for areas Northwest, Friday morning through early afternoon Saturday. We'll see how long we could extend that if there's more heavy snow to come for Saturday. Once we get more wind and snow picking up Sunday night, that's when the surge of Arctic cold comes, and we got to worry about minus 30 wind chills. And it's not going to just be for the interior portions of upper Michigan there, Ben. We're looking at the shorelines too, and that could also affect Tuesday morning as some of us are coming back to school, and you know what happens, school closures if we get to that minus 30 threshold, so we'll keep an eye on that as well.
All right, yeah, that cold that's coming, I was talking about earlier, it's the whole state, not even just the UP getting it.
What about Wisconsin? That's where I'm going later this weekend.
Oh boy, yeah. You know, there's certainly been a lot of winter weather to keep us busy this winter so far.
Indeed, my friend.
All right, thank you very much, Noel. We do have a couple of local stories to talk about. One is the Sulaks are set to close for the season just before midnight tonight. The Polak will be closed until March 25th for seasonal repair and maintenance. The MacArthur lock is set to reopen in late April. Throughout the winter, temporary panel bridges will be installed across the locks. This will let materials and equipment be moved across job sites during closure. Now, some of the maintenance scheduled this winter includes replacing and repairing gate arms, a manhole inspection, and repairs. Governor Whitmer announced a new directive to explore geologic hydrogen energy today. She shared the directive at her keynote address at the Detroit Auto Show. Whitmer also touted what she called the success of the bipartisan road budget. Looking ahead, Whitmer called for a renewal and improvement of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. Whitmer says the potential for new energy is promising for the state. Republican State Senator Ed McBroom says he's hopeful.
We're the canary in the coal mine here in the UP. This idea that we can shift to 100% renewables and 90% carbon neutral by 2040 is already showing an inability to be sufficient.
We're already seeing a lot of interest in Michigan because we have more potential reserves under our feet than any and every other state. If our hydrogen reserves are proven safe and viable, they could lead to massive economic boom, creating jobs, lowering costs, and reducing our reliance on foreign fuel. We don't stand
Both
a chance.
Whitmer and McBroom are term limited. Marquette County government bodies are set to come together to educate about suicide prevention. The Chocolate Township Police Department and Marquette County Suicide Prevention Alliance will hold community suicide prevention gatekeeper training later this month. The training is Thursday, January 29th from 6 to 7:30 in the evening at the Chocolate Township Community Building. The training goes over possible symptoms and behaviors of those dealing with suicidal tendencies. Snacks and light beverages will be provided. The only requirement is for any minors to be accompanied by an adult.
You know, doing things like this, offering gatekeeper trainings and trainings to our community, it is really our hope that the more people we can talk to about this will lower stigma and then ultimately, you know, hopefully lower rates of suicide as well.
If you or someone you know is struggling or in a suicidal crisis, help is available. Call 988. Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available 24 hours a day. Finally, tonight you have a chance to volunteer in a long-standing UP Nordic ski race. The Nokemanon Ski Marathon is January 23rd and 24th. The race features a 50K, 25K, 12K, junior and adaptive races. About 600 volunteers are needed to put on the race. Race coordinator Nicole Swenson says each volunteer gets a commemorative pint glass.
We are definitely looking for volunteers to help contribute to the race. It's a wonderful way of giving back to your community and supporting something that basically brings everybody together in January.
Swenson says the race couldn't happen without the support of the community, volunteers, and sponsors. That is all for tonight's TV 6 and 6. I'm Ben Kuchner-Kavich. Have a great rest of your night.